Hey everybody, it's Sonia here. I'm going out to walk the doggo after curfew. I don't know if you have curfew where you live, but we have it. I did a video about it a while back. And it's, okay, first of all, it's kind of weird because you kind of get used to it. Honestly, I know it sounds bad, but it's like, you kind of get used to the idea that you're not supposed to be out after a certain time, but it's creepy. Oh, Piggy, come on. Okay, I'm allowed to be out because I'm out with the dog, who's being a total pain right now. Get out of the garbage. Okay, but here's the thing. It's like, as you see, there's nobody out here. See, like the streets are empty. See? Look, there's nobody. Oh, delivery. You can get food after curfew. You get it delivered. This street is completely empty. Like I said, you kind of get used to the idea that you're not allowed to be out after a certain time. I know that's screwed up. But you don't get used to how creepy it is. It's like so quiet that I feel weird about talking even out here. I don't know why. I think actually it's because I don't want to draw attention to myself because, okay, here's the thing. What makes it really creepy is the only people who are out, sorry, I'm tangled in the dog leash. You tangled me. The only people who are out is people who are like out because of work, which isn't very many, or some other kind of like emergency situations, and the crackheads. There's a lot of them in my neighborhood. Some of them I kind of know. I'm like kind of friends with them. You know how it is, like there's some panhandlers in your neighborhood that you've been seeing for like 10 or 15 or 20 years and you kind of get to know who they are and you're on like a first name basis, you know? And like those people I'm not scared of at all. But there's all kinds of other homeless and like hobo type people who have come into the neighborhood because of the whole like lockdown thing. A lot of like shelters, they went to half capacity. So a lot more people were literally in the street. And then, you know, like places where they used to hang out all night, like Dunkin' Donuts or Tim Hortons, you know, or even the Metro. Like they can't even be in there at night. Well, they can't be in Tim Hortons and Dunkin' Donuts. So it's like more people are out in the street. And more people came into my neighborhood because they had like a sort of feeding station down at Atwater. The Resilience Center had set up like a warming tent and a feeding place and stuff. Whoops, whoops, whoops. What happened to you? You slipped? Here, come here. Okay. So what happened was like all these extra like addicts and street people like started coming down into this neighborhood. Like you see a lot less right now because like in the spring when everything was really shut down, if I came out late at night, they would be like sitting on the stairs, like there'd be people like up there in the shadows, like, you know what I'm saying? Like these stairway areas, there would be people like crouched up there, like bunches of them. And they weren't people that I knew, and I was scared, honestly. So there's that. The other thing is like, there's no one here, so I don't feel safe. Usually I would walk anywhere. I walk anywhere in my neighborhood. I'll tell you, like when it's like this, I feel so alone, and I feel so much like if there was a predator, I would be screwed. Like there would be no one around, you know? It's like even I was walking down the street, I feel paranoid. Like the lights come on in the car. Probably it's just somebody who's in their car for some reason. Just happen to turn on the lights. Maybe they're about to warm up the car. I don't know. But it just makes me feel scared. Like, see this alley? Like I used to walk through there. I would walk through there even at night. I wouldn't really worry about it. But I know that the crackheads do hang in the alleys. Like there's not enough places in shelters, and they are lurking in the alleys because that's where they sleep. Like they're sleeping in doorways and alleys and stuff like that. They told me so. But like, what if there was like a murderer out there? I know it sounds crazy. Not really. It happens. What if there's like a murderer, you know? I feel a lot safer when there's people around, you know? Like before, like when I used to go and walk my dog, like it could be at like midnight or even 1 in the morning or whenever, you know. And then I'd see a guy coming down the street, and my first thought was like, oh good, there's someone here, you know. I mean, it could have been the killer, but I wouldn't have thought of that. My first thought was like, oh good, there's somebody here, you know. I mean, I figure like if you were going to be out to like stalk people and murder them, you probably wouldn't be like right out in the open. You'd be probably skulking around behind a building or sitting in a van or something, waiting for someone to come by so you can grab them and, you know, murder them and stuff them in a freezer somewhere, you know. So it's better here because there's at least some cars. Uh-oh, scary alley again. See, I am definitely not going down there. Come here, your foot is on the wrong side. Come here, lift your foot. Lift your foot. And it's like, yeah, I'm walking a pit bull, so it would seem like the dog should be my protection. Like, who is going to accost me and try to stuff me in a car and murder me and put me in a freezer when I've got this thing with me? See that thing? Like, I know it's super dark, but that's a scary pit bull right there. Except the, whoops, oh, I'm sorry, Piggy. Except the fact is that the dog, like, he would definitely not live up to his reputation. He doesn't have any kind of sense of, like, aggression or protection or nothing. Anybody in there? Sometimes they hang out in there. Not today. Like, the dog is pretty much useless. Maybe I shouldn't tell you that in case you were planning to come and accost me in the middle of the night. Oh well, cat's out of the bag now. My pit bull is not very good at helping me out. Uh-oh, there's somebody there across the street. Come on, Piggy. There's somebody lurking in that doorway right there. Oh, Piggy. They're probably just smoking though. Uh-oh, somebody running into the alley over there. Maybe it's the killer. What I usually do these days so that I won't be so freaked out when I go out with the dog is I call one of my friends just to be on the phone with somebody, and I tell them, like, yeah, I know you can't really protect me, but at least if somebody comes and tries to murder me, you'll know what happened. Some people complained, they were like, oh, but I still want to take a walk or whatever, but seriously, why would you want to walk around here like when it's so empty, you know? It's not reassuring. Piggy doesn't seem to mind. Piggy! Oh wait, I'll give him a treat. Piggy! What is he doing? Here. Here, look. Here, come here, show me your cute face. Show me your face. There he is. There's Piggy. That's the one that I had to rescue last year when he got lost. Did you get lost? Look at him, he's just a big Snoopy. Does he look like a scary dog? I don't think so. Yeah, you guys remember last year, it was like March, right when we went to lockdown, Aaron lost the dog. And I was like looking for him everywhere, and I finally found him on the SPCA website, and I picked him up just in time. He was gonna be adopted like the next day or something. So we got him back, and we've had him for a whole year. Yeah, and he's like 15, he's gonna be 15 in, I think, May, or was it April? No, April. Yeah, he's old. But like, look, he's still okay, you know? He just pees a lot, to be honest. He's a little incontinent. Anyway, I just wanted to show you guys what it's like. Look, I'll show you one more time. There are some cars out here, but not that much. And, whoops, you're pulling me. You see like where they're coming from down there? I'm not sure if it's happening today, but a second. Like a few nights ago, I see these lights. I look out my window, and I noticed it was cop cars, and I thought, oh my God, what happened? Like, was there an accident or something? So I look out my window, and I realized that they had like a checkpoint, and all the cars that were coming from the off-ramp, they were stopping them. They were stopping all the cars, and I guess asking them for like their papers or whatever, asking them for a pass. Yeah, at first I thought something happened because See right here? Like just a couple weeks ago, somebody got shot right there. It was like 2:30 in the morning. Come here. And I start hearing somebody yelling outside, like a guy. And I was thinking, who's out there yelling? You know, there's nobody out there. I mean, it sounded like maybe like a street person or something. I thought maybe somebody's been drinking. What are they doing outside? And I decided to just ignore it. And it turned out actually somebody had been shot. I didn't hear the shot though. I just heard, you know. And I couldn't see it. It was like not on the side where I could see. Somebody got shot. They survived. The next day there was a lot of crime scene tape. I've heard other people get assaulted. I've heard this has happened 3 times. Besides the guy getting shot, I heard another guy getting the shit kicked out of him. And I could hear the guys who were doing it were French. I could hear them talking in French, like French Canadian. And they took him in the alley behind my building and they were kicking the shit out of him. And I could hear him crying. And it was a horrible, like agonized cry. Like he was just wailing. It was like, oh my God, it was like heartbreaking. Oh, it was so bad. And then another night, there was a woman screaming, help me. And that was across from where I live, and it was like in an alley. You know, something happened and then the cops showed up for that. So, you know, like what happened? I mean, yeah, it's like people are out after curfew late at night. Somebody gets shot across the street from me. So yeah, I'm scared a little bit, you know. Although I figure probably like they were involved in something and maybe there's a reason they got shot. But still, you know. I think there was like another time somebody was screaming on the street, but it's like 3 or 4 times that I've heard people getting assaulted, beaten up, even shot, you know, right outside my window. So that probably adds to my paranoia, you know. Anyway, that's what it's like. I just want to let you know, because it's like I've been living with this for a few months now, and I think probably some of you don't live in a place where there's a curfew. And I want to tell you, like, there's a really creepy side to it, you know, besides that it's the government, like, overreaching and everything. There's this creepy factor that stuff happens out here, and when you come out, you don't know if, like, it's going to happen to you, you know? So, yeah, what I do is I call my friends, you know? But so far, so good. And I feel safer, like, talking to you. It's weird. It's psychological. Anyway, that's it. I don't know. I hope you found that interesting. And, you know, thanks for joining me. And thanks for listening to me. And I'll see you next time.